You hear that sound? Now I'm sure you've heard that sound. Hey everybody, Paragon Mitchell here. There's so many different types of multiplayer experiences in online gaming, it's pretty crazy. You've got those hero shooters, the arcade shooters, the tactical shooters, the third-person shooters, the racing games, the card games, just so many games. But it seems to me that most people have forgotten about stealth multiplayer games, most importantly, Splinter Cell. Splinter Cell was graced into the gaming industry in 2002 as Splinter Cell Stealth Action Redefined. I still have my copy for the original Xbox. Like, look at this, look at that. You see that? It says EB Games on there. Does anyone remember EB Games? I'm pretty sure you probably don't, but I do. Anyways, this game took stealth to a whole new level. And I don't have any footage of it because I have no way to record it. And, I'm sorry, so here's some trailer footage. This is where my love for stealth games grew, within Splinter Cell. And not only were the campaigns of Splinter Cell games dope as hell, but man oh man did Splinter Cell have some good multiplayer offerings back in the day. It has been nearly 5 years since the last entry of a new Splinter Cell game, and the most accessible way of playing the intense competitive offering, Spies vs Mercs, is on Splinter Cell Blacklist. Now what is Spies vs Mercs? I'm glad you asked. Spies vs Mercs sounds like red team versus blue team, but it is literally the exact opposite of that. It's not one team versus another, well technically it is, but it's one unique team versus a very other unique team. As a spy, you play in the third person, hiding in shadows while hacking terminals. Use the shadows to your advantage to hide from your enemies. And you're not equipped with any guns, or any lethal weapons except for a knife. So the only way to kill someone is with a knife, so you have to be up close and personal. You also have an insane amount of speed and agility, so you can almost climb anything. But when playing as a mercenary, or a merc, it's the exact opposite of that. Your job is to defend the terminals from the spies and try to lure them out. You play in the first person and you're as armed to the teeth as the spies, and it's very well balanced. You get a main weapon, a secondary weapon, and a flashlight. You can't climb those, so you'll have to keep an eye out for what's above you or what's around you, and killing the hacker within the area of the terminal will reset the hack. Spies get night vision goggles to help themselves see within the dark, but mercs get a heartbeat radar on their HUD displaying where moving enemies might be within front of them. Spies have considerably less health than mercs, but they're very fast and agile. But mercs are covered in armor and have a lot more health, but are very slow. When it comes to the spies and the mercs, they have a balance to everything. You see how it works? The balance is probably perfect, or almost perfect at least. Because no spy feels better than a merc, or no merc feels better than a spy. And not once have I thought to myself, this game I have to start off as a merc, this is gonna suck. Because it's fun playing as both because they're both balanced. Now the game mode I was just talking about was Spies vs Mercs Classic. It's supposed to cater to the older crowd of traditional Splinter Cell multiplayer, and it does. Now also in the game there's this modern take on Spies vs Mercs, and it's pretty fun. I've tried looking for Blacklist matches, but I can only find SVM Classic and Team Deathmatch. Now in SVM Classic, it's a 2v2 with classic lights and shadows, no customization at all, and the spies get lethal weapons only, but the only mode I could play that was other than the classic mode was Team Deathmatch. And in this there's customization, and it's pretty damn good too. You can choose your goggles for your spy, your weapon, your alternate weapon, your outfit, etc. And the same goes for the mercs, but with slight differences in the playstyle. So it's quite contrast to the classic game mode where there's no customization. It's pretty much just a 2v2 straight dogfight. Everyone is on the same playing field, so it all comes down to skill at the end of the day. So pretty much in the Team Deathmatch mode, someone can be a level 50 and have a really badass gun that's really strong as a merc and destroy anybody. But in the classic game mode, that's not the case because it really does come down to nothing but skill because everybody is on the same playing field, whether you're level 1 or level 50. And this is what I mean by it's such an underrated multiplayer experience. It really is. I can't think of anything like it, and I highly recommend checking it out. I was playing it on the Xbox One, and after a few, minutes of searching for a game, I did find a few games, and it was pretty good fun. It's very hard to find a Spies vs Mercs Classic mode though, so you're just better off trying to find Team Deathmatch. One thing that bugs me though is I'm really upset not to see a new entry come into the series. Up until a few months ago, Sam Fisher had returned in a brief cameo in Ghost Recon Wildlands, another Ubisoft title. And I thought to myself, oh boy, Sam's back, he ain't gone, he's back boys. And I thought to myself, hey, there's probably going to be another game right around the corner. So I have some requests. Don't let it be another Ubisoft game.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I know, it's a Ubisoft game, but don't let it fall into that same category of Ubisoft games. Don't do that scripted garbage where people talk like it's an actual simulation or something like that.
Hallway. I see him. Okay. Shit, he's got a shield up.
And something intense happens, and then it zooms out, and it's open world, and there's multiplayer, and there's other spies running around and shit. Like, I don't want that. That is retarded. That has been done to death by Ubisoft, and I do not want them to do it for this game. Please. And also, don't screw with the graphics and downgrade the game then sell it to people. That's false advertising. All I want is a campaign that has replay value, multiplayer that also has replay value, and a co-op campaign so my brother and I can grind the hell out of this game. That's all I ask for. None of that Ubisoft stuff in the way of the game. It bothers the hell out of me. Anyways guys, that's gonna have to do it for this video. If you liked the video, go ahead, hit like. If you disliked it, go ahead, hit dislike. And if you're feeling generous enough, maybe subscribe. Alright guys, I will see you in the next one. See ya.